And Tim Sackett.
All right. Hey, wait, don't start the slides. I'm going to do my best Chris Dunn right now. My wife is here, Tim Sackett. First time she's ever got a chance to see me speak in like the 8 years I've done this. So as an HR pro, here's what I know. Tonight when we go back to the room, I will get a performance review. So let's keep this real. All right, let's do this. Where's my church people at? Where's my church people? Let's hear it. All right. Because I'm gonna preach a little bit to you tonight. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Here's what I gotta say. We're living a lie right now. We're living a lie because we're in love with failure. I think it was Timothy who said in the book of Corinthians, lead us not down a path of failure, but lead us to salvation through success, because failure is the new black. Harvard Business Review 5 years ago did an entire issue on this love of failure that we have. And not only that, this month they came out and doubled down and did an entire another issue on why we love failure so much. And so we're constantly bombarded by these messages, right? In the personal, if it's perfectly okay to fail, it sounds corny, but it's truly the journey. Let me tell you, if your journey is filled with failure, your life sucks. It's awful. So why are we so in love with failure? We're so in love with failure because it gives us an out. It gives us an easy, right? If you don't have to be successful, if you can just go and try and fail, then we have an out. And that's not really what we want. We love this concept of failing through forward. If I fail, and then I fail, and then I fail, magically success is going to appear. Well, we know that's not true, right? You just can't fail your way to success. But every speaker that we hear talks about it constantly. My son, he was cut. We love the redemption story. My son was cut from a swim team when he's 9 years old. He's going to graduate next week from high school. And he set high school records. He's going to go swim Division I university. My wife and I tell that story 1,000 times. Authors love this, right? J.K. Rowling's, the Harry Potter author, she was turned down by probably 100 publishers, and now she's a billionaire, right? Anything she touches goes to gold. Stephen King was the same way. 30 publishers wouldn't publish Carrie. They called it unreadable. Famous quote by Michael Jordan, I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. Come on, Mike. You didn't succeed because of that. You succeeded because you're the best player on the planet. You're super successful. You didn't do that. We hate lotto winners. Why do we hate lotto winners? Because they got lucky. They don't deserve it. They didn't work for it. They didn't grind. They didn't fail. And so we say, oh, you don't deserve that. But that's the reality of where we're at today. So failure leads us to more failure, right? But we're bought into this concept that failure leads us to success. And that becomes one of the major issues when we talk about how do we get people to be successful. What we know is what we have, right? I'm a baseball coach. If I have a kid that strikes out one time, the next time he goes up, all he can think about is going to strike out. If he strikes out 100 times, I can guarantee you at bat 101, he's going to strike out again. He's not going to be successful. We see this in HR, talent acquisition. When you call 20 candidates, right, and they all turn you down, that phone feels like it's 20 pounds when you try to pick it up. It becomes so heavy because we know failure limits us to do all these things. So is there a better way? Is there a better way that we can make ourselves successful? I think there is. I think there's a mathematical equation that we can get to that says, here's how we kind of lead ourselves to success. By little, by little, by little, by little. We know this isn't going to work, right? We know that slide didn't work. Failure, we know is not going to equal success. And so that mathematical equation, which doesn't look right on the slide, is never going to work for us. But teaching kids, we do this constantly. If I teach a kid to hit off a tee, and then I teach a kid, I'm going to toss you a ball, and every single step along the way, they have a little bit of success. We know when that first time they get to the plate and a real pitcher comes in, they're so much more, have the ability to be successful. Now, as kids, we grew up, and our parents always told us, you can't eat an elephant in one bite, right? We know little by little, one bite at a time, you get those little elephant nuggets, you get some hot sauce, and you try to do that, right? And so here's my mathematical equation, right? Little success plus a little bit more success plus a little bit more success is going to lead us to a bigger success. And we know that's going to be the case because we know statistics show if you fail, 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 and fail, you're more likely to fail. If Star Wars has taught us anything, if you do one storyline successful and then you do it 3 more times, you're going to be really successful. Because if any of those people who watch Star Wars knows this is how we do it, right? So do or not do, there is no try. Yoda has taught us this. I want to leave you with this, brothers and sisters. If all we do is get to a point where we can be successful, let that be the new black that we have. Thank you.